Welcome. Program activated. Synchronizing. Please enter your username. Username accepted.
go. Sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside.
access unlocked.
So we updated this build again. You may recall we used to use Gilligard. No, not Gilligard. That's the set it is, though. But the Chill Out Mask to gain, well, the 5% armor is true, which really equates to 3.5%. And then, which is something at least. But the main thing is to get the extra 12% protection from Elite and extra PFE mod with that. I used that for a long time, and again, that version of the build's still good. Then I used Catharsis instead of that. That also was still good, and I thought a slight improvement to give us a decent amount of armor regen, helping against both elite and non-elite enemies, and then also making us easier to recover behind cover, as well as using Iron Lung even more often behind cover when needed. But this change I made, I think, was perfect. We swapped out that and our chest piece, which was Bellstone initially for the 1% armor regen, to gain Golem Gear on both of them to get the 1.5% armor regen. Which, you don't know this game, the percentage-based regen, even though it's small, is actually a decent amount. So that actually gave us about another over 10k base armor regen, in addition to also giving us a 10% status power buff. We didn't have any status power buffs on this build, even though it's a Flamethrower build, because it's not possible, in my view, to go max status power, because you would give up so much armor regen and so much protection from Elite combined with that to just not make it worth it, in my view. I guess we could give up just the blue armor core regions and then maybe not max it out. I consider that too. I might try that in the future just to see if I like it. I feel like I'm never going to give up the protection from Elite mods, though. I feel like that's still too crucial, but because, again, you have to be a tank. You have to be in close range all the time, or as much as you can. And because we're not the tankiest build, because we have to use Tip of the Spear, giving up tankiness by, not using Foundry, not using a Bulwark Shield. So we're definitely not a pure tank build. We're a hybrid. But for that reason, we can't just be out constantly. But I want to make sure we can be out as often as possible, especially because we need to use the Flamethrower build, which requires close range. Also, I just enjoy using the Flamethrower. That's the whole reason I made this build. So I want to be able to use it as much as possible. So that's why we didn't do any status power initially. We went Repair Skill also to further buff our Fixer Drone on the others, just to max regen. But now that we're going Golem Gear, I realized I could also justify giving up the Repair Skill attributes, because they weren't helping our armor regen as much as the blue regen cores do. Repair Skill does offer a decent chunk too from the Fixer Drone, but not as much as the blue ones. And obviously the Fixer Drone, while it's out most of the time, is not out all the time. Also, its healing is not as consistent, of course, because it has to follow you, and sometimes it misses heals while you're dodging around all over the place. So base armor regen is always, of course, better. However, Fixer Drone, just so you know, it does offer a good amount. Just the base regen alone offers over 20k armor regen. So it gives us close to like 30 to 40% more regen when the Fixer Drone's out. You can tell the difference. It really does increase our regen substantially, which is why I opt for that skill. Since we have no skill tiers, I'm like, do I use Revive Hive? I'm going Fixer Drone, because the whole point is to stay alive as much as possible and not go down. And we don't have any skill tiers to get extra, charges for Reviver Hive to help teammates at all with it either. So no, Fixer Drone made the most sense. But because we did the Golem Gear change, I realized let's change the Repair Skill buffs to then status power buffs. That gives us 30% status power, which I noticed was a decent chunk more damage and duration for our fire, especially from the Flamethrower, which is like its own special fire that does a lot more damage than like regular fire does. However, it also increased Iron Lung for what that's worth, so that Iron Lung can also keep enemies on fire longer, which honestly helps us survive even better because they're, not in the fight as often. But yeah, I also changed the look, so now we have the fireman, a combination of a fireman becoming a fire starter, really. I think it goes with it too. So, yeah, I think this build just got even a little bit better. You know, once we max out expertise on it in the long-term future, it'll probably make heroic, both solo and group play, pretty mostly easy. It already feels mostly easy, but again, we aren't a pure tank, so you see there's moments where we just get shredded. Going max expertise will help prevent that a little bit more too. Now, and it might finally make it somewhat viable, at least in group play for Legendary. This build will never be good solo Legendary, of course, because you just can't get tanky enough, and all the enemies in Legendary are Black Tusk, so they also resist fire too, compared to the other factions. But yeah, it's looking good now, though.